Called first, if we could do that.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Fryman, judge here in the 17th Judicial Circuit. You're here for a magistrate hearing. A magistrate hearing is your first appearance in front of a judge. It is a non-adversarial hearing. What does that mean? That means that when you come forward, by the time I speak to you, I'm going to review the charging document or any supporting documents that are present. After I review those documents, I'll establish whether or not there's probable cause to believe that the offenses charged occurred. If I do find there's probable cause, then I go to the second phase of this, which is to decide a reasonable bond that will, one, allow you your liberty, hopefully, and two, keep the community safe from any future criminal conduct. When you come forward, you're going to, some of you want to speak with me. I highly suggest you don't. The attorneys present, except for the state, who's more than willing to listen to you, are going to suggest that you don't speak, and but I won't stop you from speaking. What generally happens is you want to try and explain to me why you didn't do whatever you're accused of doing, and inadvertently you're going to admit to elements of the criminal offense. Who do we want to call first?
On page 4, Javon Springer. Mr. Springer's in the North Broward Detention Center, and he would like to resolve this today if possible.
Mr. Springer, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. Mr. Springer, you're charged with one count of resisting officer without violence. My understanding is you'd like me to consider resolving this case today. Is that true?
True.
All right. State prior criminal history on Mr. Springer if you have one. All right.
Read yourself.
Now, hang on one second. All right, sir, you're charged basically, for lack of a better term, with not peaceably being placed under arrest. Do you want to resolve that case today, sir?
Javon?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to resolve that case today?
Yes.
All right, you understand in resolving that case, you're waiving your right to legal representation by the attorney of your choosing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you understand that if you're not a citizen of the United States of America, the entry of this plea is going to result in your deportation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand as a result of this plea today, you're waiving your right to counsel, the attorney of your choosing? If you couldn't afford one, I'd appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're waiving your right to any motions, any hearings, any review of the case, any possible defenses that you may be able to mount. You're saying you don't want to do any of that. You want to admit or resolve this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
Anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this today?
No, sir.
Sir, do you understand what I'm telling you?
Not accordingly, no.
All right, enter plea of not guilty. Bond's going to be set in the amount of $100. Good luck, young man. Jade Gilbert.
That's it. Come on.
Bonded, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And Brian, sorry, I just...
No, I got it.
All right. All right, we have the services of the most esteemed Spanish translator here.
Betty?
You.
You're too kind. Thank you.
All right. What is her name?
¿Cuál es su nombre?
Ana.
Ana qué?
Feria.
Feria. Okay. I got her. She's number one. Oh, I'm sorry. Anna, you are charged. Do you know what you're charged with?
Señora, ¿sabe de qué está siendo acusada usted?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Priors on Miss Barzaga, if any?
¿Antecedente para la señora Feria Barzaga? No, no veo ninguna, su señoría. Nacida en la Florida. Sí.
All right, ma'am, I do find probable cause. Your bond's going to be set in the amount of $200. $200. Good luck.
Sí, señora, encuentro que existe motivo fundado y su fianza va a ser fijada en $200. $200.
Judge.
Buena suerte.
Judge, in my limited conversation, I got you. In my limited conversation with her, I think she wants to resolve this case today. I don't know that. I'd ask the interpreter's help for to confirm that if the court in the state would be with.
En mi habla limitada, entiendo que esta señorita quiere resolver el caso hoy. Con la ayuda del intérprete a lo mejor podemos llegar a ver si eso es cierto.
Yo no estoy de acuerdo.
Judge, I don't know if she does want to resolve the case.
Realmente no sé si ella quiere resolver el caso.
Your bond's going to be set at $200, young lady. Good luck.
Señorita, su fianza va a ser fijada en
There's a whole
$200.
bunch of
Suerte.
ancillary consequences you may be facing as a result of this charge.
Quizás hay muchas consecuencias que usted puede estar enfrentada con respecto a este cargo.
An example would be if by some chance you're not a citizen of the United States of America,
Uno, por ejemplo, si no es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos,
this charge in and of itself
este cargo en sí mismo, por él mismo, el cargo,
could result in your involuntary removal from the United States.
a ser quitada de este país involuntariamente.
That's a pretty heavy consequence if you're not a citizen.
Si usted no es ciudadano, es una consecuencia bastante pesada.
Do you want to resolve this case or do you want to fight this case?
¿Usted quiere resolver este caso o quiere pelear este caso?
Quiero pelear este caso.
I want to fight this case.
Enter, I guess not enter a plea, but we're going to enter a plea of not guilty. Your bond's $200. Good luck.
Declaratorio de no culpable de parte suya y su fianza es $200. Buena suerte.
All right. Who else do you have
For Spanish,
for Spanish?
I think that's it on this end.
All right. Paul Rain, Conte, North Broward. Anybody who only speaks Spanish?
I'm proud is good, Your Honor.
We'll call you if we need
Have a
you.
good afternoon. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Ieva Milunate.
Judge, for Miss, how do I pronounce your name?
Yaba Meluni.
For Miss Milivniete, I'd ask for an order. Excuse me. I'd ask for an order for her to be permitted access to her cell phone, so that way she could get her contacts, so she could contact the individual needed to post the bond in this case.
That'll be granted.
Under
Ma'am, I
so-
do find probable cause. Your bond set in the amount of $200. Good luck. Laura Diaz. Laura Diaz.
North Broward.
Ms. Diaz, good afternoon.
Hi.
You have 2 misdemeanors, and both of those misdemeanors, your bond set in the amount of $2,500, so your total cumulative bond is $5,000. Good luck, young lady.
Your Honor, Ms. Diaz indicated to me she'd like to resolve the case if possible.
Ms. Diaz, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, okay?
Okay.
Are you on probation?
Yeah.
Your request is denied. Thank you. Have a good day. Any objection to that, Brian? Yeah. Marisa Bella Pilar Munoz.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, so you have a 2014 open misdemeanor municipal ordinance. There's 2 counts on it. Your bond on that's $100. You also have obtaining a controlled substance by fraud, to which amphetamine. Apparently, there was an incident at CVS. I do find probable cause. Your bond on that's going to be set at $1,000. Okay, young lady?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good
Your Honor,
luck,
Ms.
young.
Munoz has indicated to me that she lived here for 5 years at one point. She's been back here for 3 months. She does have a stable residence, and I was wondering if it's true what she tells me, that she has no prior criminal history.
Does she qualify for pretrial? Does she have a prior criminal history that you're aware of, State? Ms. Munoz, don't lie to me, okay?
No, yes, Your Honor.
Have you been Other than this 2014 municipal ordinance violation, do you have any other criminal allegations against you?
No, Your Honor.
Can you post a $100 bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, on count 1, we're going to put her on standard pretrial. Count 2 and 3, we'll leave the $50 capias in effect. You'll have to post $100 and you'll get out. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Aisha Heller Watson.
No fraud, Your Honor. Back to the room. Beautiful.
Good morning, young lady. Or afternoon, I guess.
Hi.
Court does find probable cause.
In regard to the dealing in stolen property charge, Judge, it appears items were found inside the car and there were 3 occupants of the car. I would make the argument that this is a joint possession issue and that there's no probable cause to believe that Miss Heller Watson was in sole possession or even in joint possession of these stolen items.
Excellent argument, counsel. Count 1, bond's going to be set in the amount of $1,000. Count 2, the defendant's going to be released on her own recognizance. And count 3 appears to be a no bond hold for a 2016 felony. Good luck to you, young lady.
Maybe the larger battle's yet to come.
Kiana Daly. Kiana Daly. I heard that, by the way.
Main jail, Your Honor.
Hello, Miss Daly.
Hello.
The court does find probable cause as to counts 1 and 2.
Judge, again, I would make the same argument regarding Miss Heller Watson, that these items are found in a common area of the vehicle. There are 3 occupants of the vehicle, and there's no probable cause to believe that Miss Daly was ever in possession of these items.
As to count 1, the defendant's going to be released on her own recognizance. As to count 2, bond's going to be set in the amount of $500. Thank you.
Judge, I don't believe she can afford the $500 bond on the trespass. From what she's told me, she's been here her whole life. She's living in Fort Lauderdale with some family and friends. She's not working right now. She's lived in the same location for a year. Would the court be inclined to release her on her own recognizance on count 2 or place her on pretrial?
No, because her friend Jack was showing up to pay the whole bond, which I just reduced exponentially.
Okay, so
Aww. Have a good day, young lady. Jara, what can I do for you? Oh, I've never been so excited to go to Deerfield and be a judge. All right, what do you have?
Judge, I'm not sure if you already handled this one. There's a, on page 2 of the docket, there's a Marisabella Muniz.
I think we did that one. What did I do with her? Based upon the strenuous and strong legal arguments that I knew were coming, I believe I ROR'd her on that charge. Just in anticipation and fear of your presence, Mr. McLawrence.
On the MO cases, you are ordered? Okay. And
No, the MOK, no, I ROR'd her on the substantive. I left her on the $25 bond on the MOs, or $50, and she said that she had the money to pay it.
oh, okay, all right. Judge, I was going to ask if the court would appoint my office on the MO cases. It looks like
So ordered.
there might be a statute of limitations issue. And then, Judge, on page 4 of the docket, there's a Michael Lozano. He's in the main jail. He's here on a trespassing.
Got it. Mr. Lozano.
here, Mr. McLaurin.
I've represented Mr.
Good
Lozano
afternoon,
in
sir.
the past, Judge.
Good afternoon, Judge.
All right, Mr. Lozano, I want to caution you. You clearly have an extensive criminal history. If you resolve this case, it's going to result in additional points in the event you were to commit an additional criminal offense. Do you understand that?
To a certain, I didn't know there was a point system in it,
No?
but I do now.
All right, well, according to this, you are a Florida career offender based upon your prior criminal conduct. The way that Florida sentences people to prison is when you have a new charge, you get points, which is a scoring system. They then take into consideration all your prior criminal offenses and points. In addition to that, there's various multipliers or addition, or sometimes, no, I don't even think there's ever a subtraction issue. Factors that are considered, and this would be one of the factors that could result in an enhanced prison sentence by you resolving this if in fact you did commit a criminal offense in the future. Do you understand?
Yes, I think I do understand now.
Okay, do you want to resolve this case or no?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. McLawrence is here. He's a very skilled attorney. He stands ready to defend you in this matter, and you wouldn't end up, at least initially, having to pay for his services. The city of Fort Lauderdale would compensate him for your representation. So you understand, if you were to resolve this case today, you're telling this fine, skilled attorney you don't need his services anymore, you just want to be done with it. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lozano, in light of your extensive criminal history, I would be willing to resolve your case today, but I would be adjudicating you guilty of this municipal ordinance violation. You'd be released from jail, but it would be a conviction of a city ordinance. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And do you want to do that?
Yes, sir, I do. And I'm glad that you told me this because I didn't know like a trespassing was going points going towards my old criminal record.
Not a lot of points associated with it, but those points start to add up as time goes by. And in addition to that, ultimately what I think I'm going to explain to him, Jar, just to be abundantly cautious, is that if you stay out of trouble for a really long period of time, you're considered to basically have not been in trouble and the points melt away. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
As a result of this plea today, potentially, we're going to be looking further back into your past and counting points against you. Would you agree with that summary, Mr. McLawrence?
Yes, Judge.
And so you need to understand that. All right, I'm not doing the math. I don't know when the last time you were in trouble was, other than I see you had a little bump in the road relatively recently. But for purposes of a plea colloquy and a discussion today, there could be substantial consequences down the road if you resolve this case. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Still want to do it?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of an alcoholic beverage or anything that affects your ability to understand what's going on here?
No, sir.
Anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this?
No, sir.
Mr. McLawrence, you're appointed to represent Mr. Lozano if you haven't already been appointed. Sir, how do you plead to this charge?
No contest.
Except your no contest plea. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to the Broward County Jail for a period of 24 hours with credit for time served. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Daniel Infante. He's getting an adjudication day in jail with credit for day in jail. Time served. Is that better? Daniel Infante. Hello, Mr. Infante. You have two outstanding cases from 2017. They're in one particular case. Your bond is $2,000. You have court on August 9th at 1:30. Good luck. Did I skip? Who did I skip? I don't see any Lafana. Oh, Tamayo. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did. All right. Annabelle Tamayo.
Medical reset.
Hello,
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
She's a medical reset.
Thank you.
Medical reset.
You could have just told me that. All right. All right. What facility was she in?
North Broward.
All right. Y'all going last today. Patrick Driscoll. Patrick Driscoll.
Broward.
Bad news, Judge. Yes, I'm a
Broward.
Broward too.
All right then. Hello, Mr. Driscoll.
Hello. Hello.
How are you today, sir?
I'm fine.
All right, you have 2 outstanding capiases for municipal ordinance violations. Your total bond's $200. You apparently were trespassing. You want to resolve these cases, Mr. Driscoll?
Yeah, I was in, first of all, I was trespassing just for 10 minutes. I had to compose, just lay on the motel, front of the motel lawn, just smoke a cigarette. I smoked a cigarette, threw it away, and I was just staying there the next 3 minutes after 10 minutes. But also, I want to tell you, yesteryear about a year ago, about 3 different incidents in about 12 days. One happened one day, about 5-6 days later, another incident happened. The police stopped me in the parking lot, same parking lot of a little Pick and Pay out on Washington and South Howard in Howard, Howard by Dixie Highway, the train tracks in Washington Street.
Mr.
But-
Driscoll.
No, he stopped.
Mr.
He did
Driscoll.
stop me.
Mr. Driscoll,
Yes.
do you want to resolve these cases?
Yep, I do, but I'm saying I just want to be a break that the man don't make something of the idea that, yesteryear, a year ago or 10 months ago, I had 3 complaints and I was given a ticket to solve it, to pay a ticket, and I don't want to get trouble for laying on the lawn because just for a cigarette and not bothering anybody and bring to jail and not be stopped in public by the police anymore because there's a complaint that in the parking lot I was just stopped and I was doing nothing wrong. I wasn't trespassing. I was just standing in front of a store. So 3 times and I was getting a ticket, but I was doing, they were complaining unnecessarily and they're bothering people. And they're bothering the wrong people. That I just wanted to just say, wise up the police force and let me walk the street or go to the store and buy a bottle of pop or 2 bottle of pop and stand across the street a block away and drink it. And just be happy in life and go home. And not rush or, bother people unnecessarily or, unnecessarily be bothered.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, but I'm totally innocent and I'd just like to go home, but I'll be faithful and not doing that anymore and I'll just mind my own business and walk home.
Said he was innocent.
Oh, no, I got that part. All right, so Mr. Driscoll, I'm going to transfer this case to division, or can I do that? Can I send it to Lerner Wren from here? All right, what division is she? MO? MI. All right, I'm gonna respect your you didn't do it position. Your bond on both these cases, is $100 on each case. And I'm going to transfer you to arguably the nicest judge we have. She's a really nice woman, Judge Lerner Wren. Okay?
Yeah?
Good luck, young man.
All right. Thank you.
Kendall Williams. Kendall. Are you Mr. Williams? Good morning to you, or afternoon, young man. You have a capias, your bond set in the amount of $500. It appears that you were charged with possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. Good luck.
Judge, if the court's inclined, Mr. Williams would like to resolve this case. I know it's a possession of cannabis only case. He's lived here in South Florida his whole life. He's got 4 children. His 2 sons are in the military right now. He's got a daughter at Deerfield High. His other daughter, his older daughter, they just had their first grandchild. Well, his first grandchild. He just got laid off. He's a welder. This is a possession of cannabis case. He'd like to resolve if the court's so inclined.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you have 2 kids in the military?
Yes, sir.
What branch?
My oldest junior is in the Marines. He's in Pearl Harbor in Hawaii right now, and
And my baby boy, he's in the Army. He's in Kentucky.
Where in Kentucky?
Um, I can't remember the.
Fort Campbell?
I think it is. I think it is.
Does you
I'm not
ever?
sure.
I'm doing a little test here,
Okay.
and I'm not doing. Have you ever seen him in uniform?
Yes, sir. He's coming home.
What kind of patches does he have on his sleeves? The one in the Army in Kentucky. Do you know what unit he's in?
He's in infantry. He's in infantry, and he told me he's learning how to build bombs. That's what they're teaching him in there. Yeah,
Well, they teach you how to blow a lot of stuff up.
Yeah, that's he's supposed to be coming home in a couple
Is
of
he in the
days.
101st Airborne? Does he have an eagle on his arm?
I think so. Yeah.
You don't know, do you?
I'm not sure. All
right.
I seen him in uniform, but it's not when he comes home.
All right, so it seems that he's being honest with us at this point as to what his kids do. If Kentucky, et cetera, et cetera. State priors on him. Kendall Williams. Mr. Williams, I'm going to ask you a question. You want me to resolve this case?
Yes, sir.
All right. How many prior marijuana charges do you have?
I'll be honest with you, Your Honor, I don't know.
A bunch?
I don't. It's.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
More than two, you think?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
If I was to say 5, do you think that's possible?
It could be, Your Honor. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that would be good. Don't do that.
No, I don't. I'm too old for that.
Uh,
I'll be 46.
well, apparently you still seem to want to enjoy yourself and have a good time. State, any objection to me resolving this case today?
Not from me, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Williams, you're acknowledging a possession of marijuana charge. That carries an enhanced fine. The state has to prove that it was marijuana. You're not got an attorney, you got nobody working for you, you got nobody fighting on your behalf. Everything you can think of that you've ever seen on TV or that your two boys fight to protect your individual rights, you're saying you don't want to do any of that, you just want to finish up this case. Is that true?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And is that because you can't post the bond, or is that because of the fact that you just want to be done with it?
I can't post a bond. I can't afford the bond because I got laid off. I can't afford it. And plus, my sons, like I said, my son is going to come home in a few more days. They don't tell them what day they're leaving, but I really miss them. I really miss both of my boys. I really need to see them.
And the kids at home too, right? You miss seeing? Yeah. Okay, just throw those in. Does he qualify for pretrial? All right, do you want pretrial? If you do pretrial, you can't smoke dope.
Let's see if this. Judge is from 92. He's got a delivery of cannabis
This guy?
Judge,
Yeah.
Judge, in my conversations with him, I clarified that his interest in resolving the case is not because he cannot afford the bond, although that is also true. It's because he doesn't want to fight the charge, and so I think he's looking to resolve the underlying case.
Mr. Williams,
Obviously-
raise your right hand. You swear firm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're interested in resolving this case today?
Yes, sir.
Anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do that?
No, sir.
You understand that attorney right next to you is a member of the 17th Judicial Circuit's Public Defender's Office. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And he is the tip of the public defender's spear. He is the very beginning of a group of dedicated men and women who stand ready to aggressively and proactively fight on your behalf. And you're saying you don't want that?
No, sir, I don't.
All right, then. How do you plead?
No contest.
All right. Brian, any concerns? No,
Your Honor.
not as far as sentencing goes, but anything else? All right, I'm going to give you a withholding court cost. Good luck, young man.
Thank you, Your Honor. God bless you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Gary Whaley. Brian, you feel free to use that tip of the spear analysis. Does he really?
Changing the paradigm with the tip of the spear.
I didn't know that when I said it. Can I do a mulligan and take it back?
I think next time you put it
All right, then. Mr. Whaley, I regret to inform you that in case number 171243 CF10A and 174800 CF10A, you have a no bond warrant. You're going to have court on August 7th at 9 in the morning. Good luck, young man.
Thank you.
Tarven Dean. This is an ad charge, correct? No, it's not.
Show on this booking sheet.
Why is this in front of me? Holding. Yes, ma'am. Oh, thank you. Mr. Dean, hang on for 1 second, sir. So what's the deal with Mr. Dean? You all figuring it out?
He should have been on the domestic docket, but they didn't schedule him for domestic court.
So he should have been in domestic, but he's here. So doesn't that mean that I have an obligation to magistrate him now?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. So, sir, there's a $10,000 capias for your arrest in case number 171323MM20A. There's a violation of your community control in case number 173696 CF10A. You're charged with battery on a person over 65 years of age or older and domestic battery by strangulation. Court does find probable cause. It orders no victim contact of any kind with the alleged victim, your roommate, Charles Brown. As to count 3, your bond's going to be set in the amount of $2,500. As to count 4, your bond's going to be set in the amount of as to count 2, your bond's $2,500. As to count 3, your bond's $2,500. You have a no bond hold, and then you have another $10,000 warrant on a misdemeanor capias. Good luck, young man. You're to have no contact with the alleged victim. Jonathan Baroa.
We had his co-defendant earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, you got your note.
How are you today, sir?
Good, how about you, sir?
All right. All right, the court does find probable cause. Prior criminal history on Mr. Baroa, if any.
No adult priors. He had some juvenile priors from 2000.
Fine to release him to our supervision. We spoke with his mother.
This is all him?
That's all him, yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Barreau, you're charged with one count of criminal mischief over $1,000. It's alleged that you basically vandalized two marked City of Hollywood, either police vehicles or other vehicles. You and a number of other juvenile, or another number of people did this and decided apparently to record it, and somehow it appears to have gone on, what do they call those things? Public, no. Social media mechanism. All right? Looked at your juvenile priors, they're extensive. I'm going to say your bond at $750.
No pretrial, Your Honor?
Did I put the other one on pretrial?
No, the other one was going to New Mexico.
Oh, yeah, so he's going to be out of the state on my self-imposed pretrial.
And his bond was $500.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Judge, if I may.
Thank you,
He just
counsel.
turned. He's 18. He's in school right now, doing AMI. He's set to graduate later this month. He's hoping to go on to Indian River Community College once he is done with AMI, study computer technician. I don't believe he can afford the $500 bond. I can't speak to.
Well, it's
whatever this record was
$750.
Sure, and I can't speak to whatever it is that the court reviewed as to his priors, but I'm wondering if the court be inclined to release him on his own recognizance, or in the alternative to put him on pretrial release, so that way he can keep going to school.
This young man and a couple of his associates, I guess would be the proper way to put it, eviscerated some police cars for self-enjoyment, and you want me to release him on his own recognizance. That's excellent lawyering. I'm in no way criticizing you for doing that, but no. If I put him on pretrial, he's going to have urine tests. If he violates those urine tests, he's going to be in big trouble. You sure you want to put him on pretrial?
That's what he's asking for, Judge.
You understand that, young man?
Yes, sir.
You test positive for alcohol or drugs, then you're going to get your pretrial revoked. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're okay with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Reduce the defendant's bond to $250 and put him on pretrial. Standard pretrial.
So the only thing that I would say is it appears that from the, I don't have the police report, but in hearing everyone discussing it seems like there was some substance use involved that night. I know that he'll be subjected to drug testing.
He sure will.
So, Judge, I'd ask for maybe a 30-day waiver just based upon if something that's happened before the court imposed that condition upon him.
The sheriff's office is cognizant of the fact that occasionally people who sign up for pretrial may have consumed illicit substances prior to being placed on pretrial. And he's not going to get violated for that. But what they are going to do is they're going to do a baseline test. All right, so in other words, you show up with, I don't know, the math or the numbers or whatever, but you show up with level 4 dirty urine, all right, and 2 weeks later you show up with dirty urine and it's level 5, it's going to be obvious that you have used since then and you're going to get violated. You understand? Also, I don't care what part of Colorado or Oregon or wherever it is that you were at last week when you got legal, very potent cannabis. All right, but there is nothing going to be in your system in 30 days. Good luck, young man.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Tercel Reckley. Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Court does find probable cause as to both the dealing in stolen property and the trespassing. Ma'am?
He's out on bond on two cases.
Okay, what are they?
One case is battery, case number 1732 MM10A. The other case is grand theft, auto, 176020 CF10A.
As to case number 176020 CF10A, court sua sponte of its own volition revokes the defendant's pretrial release based upon this new charge, which the court does find probable cause. Court takes note that, again, this case involves a stolen vehicle. This stolen vehicle, at least from my reading of the probable cause affidavit, was not only stolen, but fled through various areas and crashed into a shopping center, apparently. He was the rear passenger in the vehicle. That's not disputed. However, it's also apparent from the probable cause affidavit that he fled into a local business and hid in the bathroom. Sir, your pretrial is revoked on that felony case on the 1732 MM10A. I'm not going to touch that one. As to count one, dealing in stolen property, your bond set in the amount of $3,500.
I would renew my previous arguments, Judge, that there were 3 occupants in this vehicle. All 3 fled. The stolen items were found in a common area in the vehicle.
You know, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to ROR the defendant on count 1. I'm going to make his bond on the trespassing $500. I'm going to take note of the fact that I revoked his pretrial on the other cases. Thank you, Counselor. That's some good work there.
Just to be clear, pretrial was revoked on 17-6020 CF10A.
That's right. 6020. That is correct.
And not on 17, I guess, -32 MM10A.
Correct. On the felony, I revoked his pretrial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Andreas Semenovics.
Judge, this was the one we had placed a call for a Latvian or Russian interpreter. I don't know where we stand on that.
Well, we're not having a lot of luck with that.
Not much luck.
Does he speak any English at all?
Is Latvian a language, or do you speak Russian?
I speak Latin, but English a little bit too.
I think a little bit of English from what he's saying. I mean, the court can hear him, but
I can. All right, sir, you're charged. You're charged with putting a credit card skimming device on a Bank of America ATM. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any ties to Broward County? You want me to sign these? Yes, ma'am.
Judge, can I just have a moment, please?
Yes. What do we do? Can I go off? Hey, Brian. Here, no objection. Andres.
You'll have some time to speak and talk to someone. We're ready, Judge.
Okay. Do you understand what you're charged with doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I do find there's enough documents to support a reasonable belief that you did it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any ties to Broward County?
Judge, I understand that he's been here for the last 2 months. He's living with some friends. Unfortunately, he's not working right now. I don't think he can afford the $1,000 bond.
Does he have any ties to anybody in America?
Just the friends that he was living with. But that didn't.
So we have what appears to be a foreign national who came to Broward County who allegedly used a credit card skimming machine with no ties at all to the community for what is reasonable to believe would be a substantial amount of information, although he is not charged with it, and I would agree with you on that. And we have no way of knowing if he's even coming back because we don't even know where he's at. State, your thoughts on a bond? There's no ties at all. There's no.
10,000, I heard.
State's opinion is 10,000?
Yes.
As I said, he has no Broward priors. So I think 10,000 is a bit excessive.
And Counselor, he has no ties to Broward. He has no ties to this country. And he allegedly came in here with a skimming machine and participated in some bad behavior.
I read the police report, Judge. I
Bond in this
understand.
matter set at $10,000. Good luck, young man. I have zero basis to believe that you're going to stay here if you're released from jail without a substantial monetary bond. Myron Love. All right, so Brian, talk to me about this one. I have a capias on all these charges. I don't have anything other than that.
Judge, Mr. Love declined the public defender's office.
No, I have a PC affidavit that says nothing. And I have a warrant to arrest with a whole bunch of stuff. We got any report to go with that, or? So I guess here's my question for you. Is he on a no bond hold from this warrant? But isn't it a no bond hold for magistrate?
Count 1 through 18, warrant was set at no bond.
Counts 1 through 18 what?
It was set at no bond per the affidavit warrant. Per the warrant.
Are these PBL felonies? What's the legal basis for the no bond warrant? That's my question. Right, Brian?
Judge Shear.
I can't say much, Judge. He declined the PD.
Thanks for your help. Next time you decide you're going to be a friend of the court, I'm going to remember this.
You can thank Mr. Love.
All right, State, you understand my predicament?
I do.
All right, I've got a gentleman, I don't believe these are no bond or PBL felonies. I've got an arrest warrant where it just lists what he's charged with and tells me there might be some kind of nexus to Bass Pro Shop. That's all I know. That's not a magistrate, that's a rubber stamp. Mr. Love, we're gonna put you on recall. We'll get back to you soon as we can figure this out.
Yes, sir.
Did you just? Did he just shoot me a gang sign?
Affidavit from his PSO detective.
My gang has rules, sir. All right. Kevin Smith.
North Broward.
It's a burglary armed structure. It is.
I would agree with you,
Not all the other ones.
but even if it's a no bond warrant, I still have to, if you want him held no bond, establish as the magistrate judge, proof is evident, presumption is great. And I can't do that off the arrest warrant.
Or we have no affidavit. I understand.
You want me to roll it until tomorrow?
That would be great.
Mr. Love, come on back up here.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Love, I don't want you to say anything since apparently you don't have an attorney.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're charged with armed burglary, which is a no bond life felony. However, I have to make a determination to a legal standard that proof is evident and presumption is great that you did it, and the state doesn't have the paperwork for me to do that right now. In addition to that, it's alleged that when you allegedly broke into Bass Pro Shop, you took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Remington firearms, which one could assume is a rifle. 2 Mossberg firearms, which I firmly believe is a shotgun. Some Benelli firearm, which I never heard of. Another Mossberg firearm, a Stoger firearm, a Smith & Wesson firearm, a Babco Inc. firearm, a Browning firearm, 2 more Mossberg firearms, and another Bacco firearm. So you got a whole bunch of charges against you. I'm going to give the state at this time, are you requesting 24 hours to perfect probable cause?
Yes, sir.
No,
Speaking,
not you.
speed trial. Hold up. What about that?
You just, sir, could you stop for 1 minute? State, are you asking for 24 hours? Yes. Granted. Thank you. Sir, you're going to be back again tomorrow. Kevin Smith.
It's going to be a med reset, Your Honor.
Med reset on Smith. Thank you, Deputy. All right, Kamara Wilson.
Mark Wilson?
Mr. Wilson.
He's coming up here.
Hello, Mr. Wilson. All right, you have 2 criminal charges. One's driving on a suspended license as a habitual violator. The second's possession of cannabis.
Just put your number.
5 months before this, your driving privileges were revoked for a period of 60 months, sir. I do find probable cause as to both the possession and the driving on a habitual suspended license. As to the possession of cannabis, I'll set your bond in the amount of $100. As to the driving on a habitual license, I'll set your bond in the amount of $1,500. Good luck, young man. Brandon Williams. Oh, I skipped one, didn't I? Gustavo Geraldo.
He bonded. Good luck.
Probable causes
Although
found.
bonded?
Brandon Williams. Mr. Williams, I regret to inform you that you're being held no bond on a 2015 felony. You have court on August 8th. Good luck, young man. Jason Jackson. Mr. Jackson, good afternoon to you, sir. I regret to inform you that you're being held no bond on a 2009 felony. You're going to have court on the 15th of this month. Good luck, young man. Justin Marshall.
Bonded.
Yes, ma'am. Jimmy Burke.
North Broward.
He's approaching.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning to you.
It's not the morning.
Just work with it. All right, sir, you're charged with burglary, dwelling, structure, cause. What's that mean?
This is COC.
All right, what did we COC it to?
To the burglary damage structure. The bond was set at $75,000.
What does that mean? Burglary damage
If the damage is over $1,000.
from breaking into the place. So in other words, that would, one, I guess it could be an additional charge. But in other words, if they didn't take anything when they were breaking in and they did damage
This is when they break in and they do damage
inside.
But it's,
Over $1,000.
yeah. It's like
All
a
right,
burglary with
well, I don't have any paper on that,
Only thing we would have is the original PC.
which I don't have.
State is filing. They're just changing it from burglary unoccupied dwelling.
I don't have any probable cause affidavit, so I can't magistrate somebody if I can't read a report. Right, Brian? So we're gonna look for that? Oh, okay. Very low.
He's a speed reader. Brian, did we do Brandon Williams? Did we skip it, or? All right, never mind. Thank you. Gotcha. That's all I have. Are you saying this is next? PTR with a GPS.
All right, Mr. Burke, I reviewed the amended probable cause affidavit. There are additional charges, correct? Or is this the only charge?
It appears there are additional charges, because this is, seven on,
And according to my paperwork, it's count 1.
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you,
Hold
sir.
on, Jimmy, don't
You
say that.
can't see my paperwork.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
All right, just hang on for 1 minute. Brian, you represent on this?
I do.
Are there other charges?
There are.
6, 5, 6.
What's his bond on the other charges, do you know?
On count 2, it's 75,000. On count 5, it's 25,000. On count 3, it's 100. On count 6, it's 100.
All right, so state, in light of the fact that he has a substantial bond and a GPS placed on him, any objection to me placing bond in this particular matter is an additional $1,000 with the same terms and conditions? It's already got close to $100,000 in bond on him and a GPS.
That's okay.
That's okay? Brian, any objection to that amount?
Well, he's gonna have to go in front of his division judge to reduce those high bonds anyway, Judge. So no, I think $1,000 bond. Jimmy, you know what I'm saying?
When was he magistrated?
That I don't have in front of me.
When were you first in front of a judge here on this case?
And on the 6th of this month.
Okay, so it wasn't me that gave these high bonds.
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
Okay. Judge Backman did that, huh? Okay,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. David Love, have we figured out anything on Mr. Love?
Main jail, Judge, we're here.
$1,000 bond on that with all the other conditions of GPS.
This is Jimmy Burke.
David Love again.
Yes, Judge. This is the one where I made the argument yesterday, and actually I think the court made the argument that it was
Oh,
difficult to
yeah, I
determine whether he
remember
was
this
involved in
case.
the armed robbery.
Hi again. All right, so this is my understanding of this case, State. This was the case from yesterday where Mr. Love apparently was the driver of a vehicle that was following somebody who purchased a vehicle from somebody else, that they did the title transfer, and he was in the car somewhere, at which point somebody else pointed a gun at the victim, stuck the gun in the victim's face, and demanded the payment of the money. You with me? So he was a principal for purposes of driving the vehicle, and he got charged with robbery with a firearm.
Okay.
The dilemma is, I don't know if it's an apartment complex. I don't know if he could see what was going on. I don't know if he pulled into the 7-Eleven parking lot. I have no idea what's going on here. And from my understanding of the case, the victim was fully cognizant that they were going over there to get the money. So I gave the state 24 hours to perfect the probable cause affidavit to make, I don't know, he was in the parking lot in the vehicle versus hitting the ATM for a little cash or a Slurpee or whatever. And state has nothing else to add pursuant to what I was told this morning. So I have some serious angst with this robbery firearm charge.
There was no additional information from the,
Correct, that's what I was told by Eric. Are there additional charges
as far as right now, that he's
on this case?
on this case?
I don't think there is, do you?
I don't believe so.
So the only charge he has is robbery with a firearm, and I don't have proof is evident, presumption is great, because that's a no bond issue, correct?
Yes.
All right, the court does not make a finding of proof of evident, presumption is great at this time. The court sets bond in this matter in the amount of $5,000.
Did the court find probable cause as to this case?
I find probable cause, yes. Based
Just
upon
not proof evident.
just not proof evident, presumption is
I
great.
understand.
The probable cause affidavit it's enough for the arrest. It's not the strongest probable cause, but it's probable cause. I'm going to set his bond at a flat $5,000. Does he have violent felony priors?
Looks like he's got a burglary conveyance from 2011, another burglary conveyance in 12, another one in 12, and he's got a lot of traffic and a couple of drug cases, possession of cocaine.
So bond's going to be set at a flat $5,000, no pretrial. Good luck to you, young man.
Thank you, Judge.
Jimmy Burke.
That was the,
I think we just did him.
did
Judge.
that.
Oh, okay, that one's back to you. Ken Mathis. Why is that young man from yesterday back in here? Yeah, you. I remember you from yesterday.
Second look?
Judge, I think there's some folks that are on for a 30-day or a second look docket, and I think he's on either of those dockets.
All right, so let's go back to the gentleman that I said I would look into his case when I talked to his mom yesterday. Which one is that? Phillips, Mr. Phillips. Yeah, I think he is too. North Broward, do you have Mr. Phillips there?
No, Your Honor.
Where'd that guy go? The one that I'm putting in, sending to Ari. What's his name?
I wasn't advised that I was supposed to have him down here today.
Do you have him?
No, Your Honor.
No, I understand you don't have him right there, but do you know who we're talking about?
I can remember.
Remember his mom was here and
Marlon. His first name is Marlon.
Yes.
Marlon.
Can you make sure he's still there and get him for me?
Okay.
Is that possible?
You want to get him down here in the courtroom right now?
That would be good. Because I told him that I was going to have him at 1:30, and I'd try and hold my word. So if you could get him for me, because we figured out what we're going to do on his case.
Okay.
All right, so back to Ken Mathis.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Sir, so this one we were looking into the boss and the friend, right?
Unfortunately, the number that I got from Mr. Mathis is not his boss's phone number. It was someone else.
786-395-2448. 395-2448.
All right, I'll try him right now, Judge.
All right, so we're going to try that again. So just relax for a couple of minutes.
Sure.
Luke Carmichael.
We're here, Judge.
Hello, Luke.
How you doing, sir?
What's his bond at?
250, I believe, 250. Trespassing, sir.
Yeah, no, I gave him $250 bond. He said he didn't have any money, if memory serves me, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to get. I spoke to my mom the other day on the phone. I'm trying to get a halfway house. I can't keep doing this trespassing things. I got like 10 trespassing. Never mind, sir.
You got issues going on. Where are you trying to go to, Luke?
A lot.
Where you,
Where are you trying to go?
Trying to go to foundation. Sir. Halfway house.
and his bond's $250, and he's been sitting in jail on a $250 trespassing for a couple days now, right? Anything else I need to know? Do we still have day reporting? Or do we get rid of that? So what can I do to let him out of jail but still kind of keep track of him? What do you got for me? What are my choices? Yes. Has nowhere to go, nowhere to stay. Well, yeah, by his own statement, he was on enough to say he needs to stop this. He has like 10 of them. So yeah, he's been here before, that's for sure. So what you got for me? Don't have anything? So either he posts bond or he sits in jail. Those are my options. Luke, you want to resolve this case or you want to fight it?
Sir, I want to resolve this, sir. I really do. So
Anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this today?
No, sir.
Are you on probation, Luke?
No, Your Honor.
You sure?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
It's not funny, but yes, Your Honor.
Luke, it's not a bad thing to laugh. It's not. At some point, you just got to sit down and laugh. Either that or cry, right?
Yeah, well,
I choose to laugh, even though a lot of times I should probably cry.
me too. Me too.
All right, so you're going to resolve this case?
Yes, yes,
All right,
sir.
so what's the deal? What's going on with you? What's the malfunction here? Is it drugs, alcohol? What is it?
It's drugs.
What kind of drugs?
Really everything.
Whatever crosses in front of you?
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
And my mom's kind of against it, and I don't want to move back in with her, but I might have to just move back in with my mom and just say no to drugs. And that's just what I might have to do. Either that or go to a halfway house.
this stuff's going to kill you. I mean, I look at you and I see somebody, I won't mention who it is, who was a direct family member of mine, who one day when I was in court as an attorney, Fort Lauderdale called me and said he was dead because he killed himself. I mean, when he killed himself, he was high as a kite. You know, you even kind of look like him. So, if I understand the current state of finances, unless you're court ordered, you probably can't get into any halfway houses unless you have money, right?
They give you like a 2-week. My mom had spoken to them. They give you like a 2-week period for you to get the money up, for you to get you a job and stuff like that. So they do give you a little bit of leeway, a little bit of time.
And where were you thinking you wanted to go to?
Foundations.
That's a good one. You know, there are some that might be a little less reputable. I use that word with trepidation. But Foundations has a good reputation.
They got another one called James Club.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard.
See, but what you need is not a place that's more interested in your money than your sobriety. You know what I mean? Coventry's one of them. Spectrum's great. Spectrum, I'm not broadcasting for them, But I know a lot of people I represented went to Spectrum and they came out clean and sober. But it's a pain in the butt. You know, you got no privileges, you got to work for privileges, then you got to get privileges, and then maybe you're allowed out for an hour. You got to work for it. But if you buy into it, it'll work out. All right, Luke, I'll let you resolve it. I think that's why I asked to have you back in 2 days, was if you couldn't get out, we could get you out. I probably didn't tell you that, but I'm sure that's what I was thinking. So are you sober now?
Yes, sir, I am.
You got any withdrawal symptoms or anything like that?
No, sir.
All right. How do you plead?
Guilty or no contest?
Guilty, I guess.
All right, you're not on probation or parole or anything like that, are you?
No, sir.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir, I am.
I accept your guilty plea. I'll withhold adjudication. Are you a convicted felon?
Yes, sir, I am.
Hang on 1 second. I don't mean to be rude, but hang on. Luke? All right, so can I waive? All right, I find you guilty, but I withhold adjudication. I waive court costs and take judicial notice of the fact you spent 2 days in jail, so you don't have to pay any additional money.
That's great.
We run like a quasi halfway house out of my courtroom, it seems like. I probably shouldn't say that either. We've been known to feed people and get them to where they need to be for drug treatment. I'm up in Deerfield. Like, don't be showing up stoned or anything like that, but if you're in a bad spot, we're pretty good about helping people. Because I'm a civil judge by nature, so I can't get in trouble, I don't think. Yeah, I'm sure it'll come. No good deed goes unpunished. But having said that, Luke, good luck to you, man. Luke, I got one question for you. You ready? You ready for my question? How's all this working for you?
Horrible. It's not working at all. It's not working.
Good luck. We're done. Bye-bye. All right. Brittany Moore. Brittany Moore. Did he just do a jitterbug down the hall there?
Yeah, he was excited.
I wish he'd get excited about sobriety. Brittany Moore, where's Brittany? I don't see Brittany, so I guess we don't need to worry about that for right now.
Paul Ryan, sir.
Oh, Paul Ryan, all right.
Yes, sir.
I was about to say.
Well, you got to say something, Brittany. You look familiar to me. Why was I bringing you back here?
That's a good question.
You don't know the answer, do you?
No.
Brian, do you know why? You're like
thought we had-
the learned veteran in this
I
courtroom.
thought that we had resolved her case yesterday.
Oh, I know what it was.
That's right.
Wasn't it to find out the victim's position or something like that?
Yes.
State, how'd that go? Hang on, this doesn't have to do with you. This is legal stuff. Let me see the PC affidavit.
Yeah, we're working on it. Okay? Okay, bye.
So hang on for 1 minute. All right, Coach. What's the deal? What are we doing here? Take it and turned it into 7-Eleven for a Slurpee or something? No, and if you did, I wouldn't give it to you anyway. Oh, I remember this.
Right.
She has outstanding cases somewhere else. Yeah, I'm gonna resolve it, it doesn't matter.
What's her password? What, you're not sure?
The warrant should be in the system since it's been served. It should, can you pull it up on Odyssey? What was that guy's name again?
Brittany, we were bringing you back to find out whether or not the halfway house would take you so we'd have a place to send you so you could get out of jail.
Yes, sir, they will.
Well, I understand that's your position. All right, but we needed to find out what the deal was. Anything, Brian?
I don't remember, Judge, to be honest with you. I don't remember.
Where was
seeing
it you were thinking you were wanting to go?
Safe Haven in Miami.
Right, and she's the one, she has the warrant out of Pennsylvania. Remember what we had said only.
And it was surrounding states.
Only, yeah. So we had said she was not good with it. Which, when you had asked me, that was my.
Your learned opinion.
Yes.
All right.
And just so you know, that case was also for a battery.
Can you put, well, she appears to have some anger management issue.
She does.
What's her bond?
Oh, you lowered it.
Yeah, I think I lowered it. So what are we gonna do here? Can you find, Brittany? $250, how's that going? Any luck?
No, sir.
How are you gonna pay to stay in a halfway house if you don't have any money?
I have insurance, sir.
That's good. So what do we do here? We've got a girl sitting in jail because she doesn't have $250, but she appeared to have a propensity to hit people when she gets out of jail. Send her where? All right, Brittany, your bond's gonna stay at $250. We're gonna transfer you to your division judge. Good luck, young lady. Oh, hang on, Brittany, don't go anywhere. Hang on, just stay there for 1 minute. To advise you that you in fact do not have a place to stay at, so we're going to send it to a judge other than me, the one you would be assigned to routinely. Your bond's going to be $250. You have no demonstrable ties to Broward County. You're charged with hitting somebody. You have prior cases for hitting somebody. I can't just let you out. We've tried real hard to find a place for you to go, and apparently the place that you seem to think that you might end up, you're not going to be able to go to. So your bond's going to stay at $250, and we're going to send you to division. Good luck, young lady. Keith Jennison. Keith Jennison.
In jail? Oh, come on here, actually. Hello, Your Honor.
Hello again.
I just want to say sorry again.
I bet you do, because why are you here in front of me again?
To hope to resolve the case today.
I remember, see, this is why you should always behave, because I remember your face, not because of what you were charged with, but because of your conduct. You understand what I'm saying? You just want to, it's really good to be one of the 300 people in the process. You just don't want to be that eagle flying real high because you said or did something, because that's going to cause you some attention. So what was he charged with before he got mad at me? Oh, this is Coral Springs case, right? Yeah, let me see it again.
It looks like plantation.
Plantation.
This is Jensen, right?
Yeah, remember a couple of calls on somebody today.
What's his current mom? All right, sir, in light of the allegations, in light of the issues as far as the injunction, things of that nature, in light of the fact that you have family in the area and they're not posting the bond, your bond's gonna stay at $100. Good luck, young man. Ken Mathis, let's go back to Mathis. Have we had any luck on that?
Slowly, yes, we have.
Where's he
We
at?
could have
He's in
Mr.
North Drive?
Mathis.
There he is. Hello again, Mr. Mathis.
All right, I spoke with Ramiro Lopez.
Okay,
I have an address. And I
okay.
have 2 phone numbers, and he is welcome to stay there if the court would consider pretrial release pending that verification.
State? This is serious, but, no, you're not willing to do that?
No, not on the charge.
You recall, Judge, Mr. Mathis is
I
the.
remember.
Okay.
The court's gonna place the defendant on level 2 pretrial. That's a monitor, upon verification of the appropriate information. Anything
I'll
else?
give that to court to pretrial right now.
State your objection is noted. The decision is mine, not yours.
Your Honor, regarding the bond, is there no bond necessary?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna, he's got a monitor on. If he's got a monitor on and the absconds, will know about it. Court also takes note of the fact that there doesn't appear to have been any criminal charges since this time frame. All right, and that's the basis in the reality. All right?
Just didn't report, so
Counsel, I'm in full agreement with you.
I don't know what good a GPS is gonna do if he doesn't follow.
You got to be a lot more careful, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so now, where is this young man that I want to talk to? With his,
him, Your Honor. Martin Phillips.
yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's not him.
North Broward.
How you doing today?
A lot of anxiety, Your Honor. I had a seizure earlier. I'm still shaking.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the deal.
Yes, sir.
I just want you to listen to me, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So over the course of the day yesterday, I was able to meet with Judge Porth, who's one of our mental health judges.
Okay.
And God bless Judge Porth. He and I share a number of similarities. We're also like Oscar and Felix from The Odd Couple in other areas. But I think that we're very similar in some things. And one of them is that we like to see if we can fix problems. All right?
Yes, sir.
And so there's a whole bunch of rules and things that need to happen and red tape that are put into place to make sure that certain procedures occur. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
But one of the cool things about being a judge is that you can circumvent all that red tape by just telling people to do stuff. All right? And if the other judge buys into it, you're good to go. So here's the game plan. You ready?
Okay.
All right, I have ordered a psychological evaluation of you with court services. A doctor's going to come see you in the next day or 2. I need you to be totally honest with that doctor, okay?
Okay.
All right. You're going to go see Judge Porth tomorrow, either morning or afternoon. I don't remember when it ends. When's he doing his court tomorrow? Do we know? Is Stephanie at work? All right, so my JA is, I'm sorry, I'm using terms you might not understand. My assistant, she's awesome. All right, it's going to call Judge Porth's assistant, who's also awesome. And we're going to make sure that you're on tomorrow's docket to appear in front of Judge Porth in mental health court, okay?
Okay.
And everybody's going to get together and do everything they can to help you get back on an even keel to deal with your anxiety and your other issues. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor. I do have PTSD and it's my dad's memorial since he was murdered in front of me when I was 14, so that's why I was going through a lot of stuff.
Sir, my job is, how do I put this? My job in this case is not to pass judgment on you, it's to get you in a position where you don't have to get judgment passed anymore. So you clearly need some help.
Yes,
And this circuit and its judges are very concerned about helping people, as is the state attorney who was okay with it, as is the public defender who was more than okay with it. So everybody's working together to help you. And your biggest supporters are everybody in this courtroom and the deputies. We can't forget the deputies there with you.
Yes.
All right. But having said that, sir, we're going to set everything up for you. And then guess whose job it is?
It's my job.
Yep. And here's the thing. I will help out the devil himself one time. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you're the devil, but I'll help almost anybody for anything. All right, one time. What was the number there?
One time, sir.
Okay. So we're all rooting for you. We're going to do everything we can to get you set up where you need to be. We're going to give you as many tools as we can to help you address your issues. We're going to streamline everything. And then it's on you. All right?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find probable cause. If memory serves me, this was at the Walmart at the intersection of Hillsborough and 441. The charge was grand theft, so it was in the city of Coconut Creek. If memory serves me, you allegedly fled from Coconut Creek police and they caught you. And you're not allowed to go to that Walmart anymore. You understand that?
Okay, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
All right. And for reasons I'm not going to go into, there's some people that go to that Walmart all the time, and if they recognize you, they're not going to be happy.
I understand, Your Honor.
And you'll go see Judge Porth tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Good luck. I truly mean it.
Thank you, sir, and I will definitely make this a success story. Thank you so much.
Well, it's your success story. We're like supporting actors.
I appreciate it. I was named after Brando for a reason.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
1 second. We're off the record. What's that mean? Oh, he's on the... Oh, I got it. All right, so let's go through these names. Did we do Sean Williams yet?
No, Judge, we're in the main jail, but before we move to Mr. Williams, who's present, on Mr. Jettison's case, he's just asking for an order allowing him to get some contact information from his cell phone.
Granted.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, so now...
Mr. Williams here.
All right, Sean Williams. Hello, Mr. Williams.
How you doing today, sir?
Pretty good, and you?
I'll be better.
All right, well, it might be dependent. I don't know what the answer to the question is. So, State, we got a whole bunch of charges: carjacking, aggravated battery, confining children under 13, aggravating fleeing with injuries, reckless driving, leaving scene of the crash. What are we doing here? All right, the state of Florida filed charges against you, Mr. Williams. I'm sorry to let you know.
Judge, which charges were filed against him?
State? Every one of them.
All the charges he was arrested for?
That's what the state's telling me, yes. All right, Gregory Romelis. Gregory Romelis.
Same page.
Gregory Romelis. All right, State, we have a motion for ROR. The defendant, Gregory Romelis, is charged with 1 count of robbery without a firearm or weapon, apparently.
It has not been filed, Your Honor.
Does that mean that he has a right to an ROR?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Now, Gregory, listen to me for a minute, okay?
Yes, sir.
This does not mean that this has gone away, okay?
Yes, sir.
So you're probably going to get notice, or even worst case scenario, have a police officer show up at your door.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that we consider as judges is what you do when the police show up. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So when the sheriff's office knocks on the front door and you open the window and you see them, and the next thing you know is they hear the back door closing as you're hopping fences on your merry way to Never Never Land, that's going to have a high bond. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Whereas if you open the door and you say, "Can I help you?" and they say, "We have a warrant," and you go like this, that really means something to me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I won't be the judge, but I think I speak for the judges in this circuit when I say that we don't like doing this. We really don't, but it's necessary and it's part of our job. And one of our biggest concerns is whether or not people are a flight risk. So this case is not going away. When you find out you have an issue in whatever means, just what city do you stay in?
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee?
Yes, sir.
Oh, when you find out this case is still ongoing, you walk into the Tallahassee Police Department, turn yourself in, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck, young man. You're going to be released on your own recognizance at this time. Lonnie Taylor. Lonnie Taylor. You know my favorite thing about Tallahassee, Brian? If you go in on that main drag that leads to the Capitol, and God knows I've been there often enough in the last couple of years, there is a Whataburger located right next to a Krispy Kreme donut shop. It is just breakfast, lunch, and dinner all within 100 feet of each other. Oh, I love Whataburger. All right, Lonnie Taylor. Lonnie Taylor.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for you. Conte, there you go, sir. Mr. Taylor, you're charged with possession of cocaine and drug paraphernalia. State? All right, so Mr. Taylor, you're going to be released on your own recognizance. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do we have a good address for you?
Yes, sir.
I hope that you are still physically capable to go running out the back door and hop 4 or 5 fences in your effort to get away. But I highly suggest you don't do it, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, if in fact...
I want to thank the court system for putting me in the group that I'm in now, SAP.
All right. How's that going for you?
It's been great because I've had Miss Kelly before.
All right. You know, there's like a whole bunch of different programs, 12-step, if you're not religious, the no step. I mean, there's steps and plans for...
Recovery is my best one.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different things. All right. Good luck, young man.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Two-step. No, where because 12 steps supposedly religiously based or something. I don't know. I never went.
They speak to your higher power, whatever that may be.
Your higher power?
That's what they say. Whatever that may be for you.
Say on the dollar bill.
E pluribus.
They haven't taken that away from us yet.
All right.
It's going, but not yet.
Ladarius Bush, Mr. Bush. Conte, we done?
Yes, sir. Conference finished.
Have a good afternoon. I'll see you in about 8 months and hopefully not a day before that.
Yeah, okay.
Goodbye. All right, North Broward.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
What do you have left?
Gerard Andrew?
Gerard Edgar.
Andrew.
I don't see him. I got a Keith Jennison. Yes, ma'am. Andrew Gerard.
Are you Andrew Gerard?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Gerard.
Hello.
All right, state. All right, Mr. Gerard, you're going to be released on your own recognizance as well. Do you understand?
Yes.
That doesn't mean this case went away. So if you find out there's a warrant or something, as soon as you get it, I mean, go out to dinner, do whatever you need to do, you know, get your belly full, and then turn yourself into law enforcement. It'll go so much better for you.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully it'll never be filed, at least from your point of view. But if you do find it is, just come on back in and we'll address it. All right.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, young man. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Is that all you have at North Broward?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good weekend.
You too, sir.
Main jail. Who do we have left? Main jail. Anybody got anybody? Where's Ladarius Bush? Oh, did I turn the lights back on? Like they're the anti-Motel 6. All right. We just checked with content.
Well, let me ask you this: has it been filed?
Well, there, that clearly Conte's gone.
It's not a file, it's not for filing, it's just a second look.
Oh, 729 date of arrest.
All right, we'll reset that until tomorrow. Anything further at this time?
No, thanks, sir.
All right.
It's been a pleasure.
I am officially done with bond court. I thank all of you. I apologize for any of my bad decisions in your opinion. No, we will not see me next week. No, You are not getting me to do this full time. So on these ones where it says bond is set at, what am I doing here?
It's either grant or deny. I can put it out for you.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
All right, Brian.
Judge, a pleasure as always. My wife has been watching and laughing.
Yeah, Debbie?
And
Take
the
care.
rest of you, I will see tomorrow.
All right, do we have the name of that dude that we got to get on Judge? All right, can we call Stephanie?
Marlon Phillips, you want his arrest number? You're not gonna need it.
Yeah,
511.
hang on for 1 minute. Arrest number 511.
Your Honor, here's his piece here.
Okay, thank you.
700.
Hang on for 1 minute. All right.
Yes.
What's up, Bunkinhead?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Mediation order.
Okay, can I give you some information?
I'm ready.
You're always ready. That's why we love you. All right. Defendant's name is Marlon Phillips. Phillips. His CIS number is 511700679. He's currently in, where did we decide he was? Conte or North Broward? He's currently in North Broward. I need you to call Judge Porth, his JA, and tell her that's the person we were talking about to put on Ari's docket for tomorrow.
Okay.
And could you text me and confirm she has that information? Because they're going to have to order him from there.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
All right, call me and let me know you got that for me, because I don't want us to look bad.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, John. stuff. That's so, makes your fingers sticky? So you can move pages and stuff? Pretty certain that's what it's for. Hang on, it's sticky stuff so that your hands are all sticky so you can move paper. What are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I didn't mean to bother you. Yeah, all right. So I am off today. I don't have to teach today. I don't have anything to do tonight.
Because it's all stuck together, so.
Oh, I need it. Boy, do I need it. I need to put my feet back over here.
Okay. All right.
So, anyway. Oh, that's even better.